Hello everyone, welcome to Sango Insights. I'm your host, Fadi Abrahman Mohammed. Now today we want to discuss about a very burgeoning issue which was introduced by the government and it is trying to enforce it. The Public Procurement Portal, that is the EGP, which means Electronic Government Procurement. Now today we want to look why the government introduced the EGP and its benefits. Number one is transparency and accountability. The previous system, there was less transparency because you are getting to mingle with those people, with those procurement officers. They judge you according to your perspective, according to your ethnicity. But now, yes, the names will appear there, but the system is an automated system. It is an online system. Any person can access. It doesn't require submitting those papers physically, thus increasing transparency and accountability. Number two, reduced corruption. This EGP system has enabled us to reduce corruption. Yes, we cannot reduce corruption and we cannot destroy it utterly. We cannot make corruption defunct and futile all of a sudden. But what we can do as a country is we can minimize, stifle corruption a little bit to a controllable situation and controllable environment without us acting sanctimonious. So reduce corruption. When you're carrying all these papers going to the head office, they intermingle with these guys, they intermingle with these officers, resulting to that altercation, resulting to that conversation, a little bit conversation, or resulting to favorism, nepotism, corruption and everything. But now, since everything is submitted through that portal, you can be able to access the news of the EGP, which tender is there, which bid is there, all the bids, all the tender news are there in that portal. So at some point we can say that it has reduced corruption. Number three, cost saving and efficiency with speed. Cost savings per se, when people were applying these things manually, they used to print, they used to have a lot of overhead costs, overhead expenses. Some contracts, you print like 200 pages from office to office. Sometimes you see that they have migrated to another place. You go with all those documents to that place. So it has saved your cost, the transport cost, the printing cost, using a lot of electricity, a lot of human capital to print those papers. It has reduced. Efficiency and speed. Everything is automated. Everything is there. Everything is done through a very cohesive manner, and the speed of which the procurement is done is so much satisfying compared to the former manual system whereby you bring everything and then they send you something else, and then they send you that you have forgotten a stamp, or you have forgotten a particular letter from a chief or any person, any public. So everything is there and everything is being run smoothly. Standardization. What do I mean when I say standardization? I mean this. Everyone is treated equally in this EGP. No one is treated superior than other. No one acts. Yes, you can be sent with this information I have, but the manual thing, there was no proper standardization. But I believe this EGP system has some uniformity in it. It has some consistency. We can say, and we can attest to that. Number 5, I know a lot of people won't like this idea, but KRA, the taxman, is using this EGP to trace and to curb those people who cheat in taxes. What do I mean? There was a report from the Auditor General, that is Nancy. Out of 618,201 companies registered in the taxman systems, only 156,232 were able to pay what we call the corporate income tax. That is the income tax, which is done annually. That is the 30% of the income tax. Only 156,232 companies filed and paid for their income taxes, while close to 400,000 companies have not yet submitted or paid their income taxes, and 16,000 companies have already registered with the electronic government procurement. It has started from 1st July 2025, both the national government and county government. I believe they have started issuing their procurement through the EGP. So it means 3/4 of the companies failed to pay their taxes, and that's why the taxman is losing a lot of revenue because of improper system, a manual system, an analog system. But I believe if this thing is being implemented, if this thing is being implemented fully and all the procedures are being followed, I think this system can help the government of the day to collect more revenues for development and more revenues to cater for our expenses. Now, tomorrow we will speak about our debts in this country, how much domestic debt we have, how much external debt we have, and how much are we going to pay, how much bond are we getting through securitization and other forms. I believe you have gotten something from our lesson today. If you find value out of this video, kindly do us solid. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the like button, and leave us a comment on how EGP has affected your tender process. Thank you so much.